So I've made several videos on what the Bible says about wealth, but today I'm going to share a verse and principles that literally guarantee you to grow your wealth and have more than you could ever need. And it also states the opposite is true, how you will become poor if you do certain things. And I'll add, this is the exact strategy that we've used to run our portfolio and businesses doing over 8 figures a year. So let's dive in. Proverbs 21:5, the plans of the diligent will prosper. The plans of the hasty will come to ruin. 2 things here that can change everything for you: diligence and strategic planning. Okay, let's break down diligence, and then even more importantly, the second thing is how to be strategic and not hasty. Famous quote by Bruce Lee, he said, "I'm not afraid of the man who knows 10,000 kicks. I'm afraid of the man that knows 1 kick and has practiced it 10,000 times." A friend of mine just said the path to 8 figures in your company is simply QC and hiring. QC meaning quality control, which is the most repetitive task, and just keeping people accountable, right? And managing systems. As a newer entrepreneur, I was there, right? You come in and you think, man, if I could just make $1 off this one thing, I'll hire someone and scale it, and thinking all new levels of business gets unlocked through building new things, creating new products, all the fun, exciting things. But really 90% is doing the same thing over and over. Sometimes it's just showing up again and again, doing the same thing you have done 1,000 times, and then you hire people to do those things. Your managers should be focused on the same thing, 90% QC. There's this concept in physics called entropy, and it means that with time, everything actually deteriorates and goes into disorder. If you do not spend time and attention into something, it will eventually die or spiral into chaos. You see this in business as profit margins get harder to maintain the bigger you get, because it requires more energy to run the organization. You have to make everything more efficient and optimize on all fronts more than it was in the beginning when you had smaller revenue levels. And this applies to everything, even technology. People always think it improves with time. No, technology actually doesn't improve with time. It dies with time. It only improves if smart people work hard to improve it. Elon Musk was just talking about this subject. It can be a very stressful word for a business owner or leader, because it is saying they cannot take their eye off the ball. And that's what the Bible is saying. Although a well-oiled system and machine can offset entropy, you must understand that true success comes from diligence. Entropy and apathy is the enemy and can destroy a company more than just about anything. And also, you need to boil this down to diligence towards what you are actually producing. That's a key word, not just busy work. I hear investors say all the time, the market is hard, right? It is hard because your business has constraints. The question is, what are your metrics? Not what is your effort or how much time have you spent trying. It is, do you know the metrics you need to hit in order to nail your goals? And if you can't get as many deals as you thought in the current set of metrics, are you adjusting those metrics? And are you being consistent to those metrics? And lastly, on that same note, the most important thing is most of your deals should come from follow-up. 7 times is the industry average, whether that is in real estate or business in general. If you are not being persistent in following up with your leads, you will miss out on 50% or more of the deals and profits out there. And secondly, the next piece of this verse, maybe even more important than the first, it is protecting your downside. It says, diligence will come to prosperity as surely as haste leads to poverty. All the biggest investors, business, and biggest businessmen are thinking not just about upside, but more than that, they are thinking about protecting their downside. Charlie Munger said, all I want to know is, where am I going to die so I will never go there, right? He is saying what is most important is avoid the downside. How do you protect yourself in this area? The Bible is very clear on this. Proverbs 15:22, it says, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors, they succeed. You need to be in the rooms with people that are where you want to be. People that have already gone through the problems you are currently facing. Write down, what are the biggest obstacles in the way of you achieving your goals right this minute? What are those things? And then what you need to do is read and study people who are where you want to go, or who have solved those problems that are in the way. Pay to get in the rooms with them, and don't be afraid to question everything, okay? Question your approach, even question your goals, because there is no limit to where you can go, only a limit on your mindset and your vision. Hope that helps. We'll see you in the next video. God bless.